Your best friend told you the good news. You smiled, you said congratulations, and somewhere underneath that, something flinched. That flinch is not cruelty, it is one of the oldest programs you carry. There is a feeling you have never admitted to anyone, and the reason you haven't is that it makes you feel like a terrible person. Your friend gets the promotion, your sibling buys the house, your colleague announces the thing you've been quietly working toward, and you smile, you say the right words, but underneath the words, something tightens, something small, quick, and ugly. A flicker of, I wish that hadn't happened to them. June 2025. B. Simone, a comedian and content creator with millions of followers, sits across from her best friend Shekinah on her podcast. Shekinah has been struggling, living with her parents, raising a child alone, no job, and during this entire season she watched B. Simone's career explode. She watched B. Simone hand checks to other people, not her. Then something unexpected happens. B. Simone admits she felt jealous of Shekinah, not the other way around. Shekinah got an opportunity that B. Simone couldn't take credit for giving her, and that was enough. The successful friend was jealous of the struggling friend. Because success doesn't kill comparison, it feeds it. The internet split. Half called B. Simone toxic. Half said something quieter. At least she said it out loud. Most people just disappear. You have done a version of this, not publicly, but you have felt the flicker at a dinner where someone announced their engagement, in a group chat where someone shared a win, on a feed where someone's life looked like the one you wanted. You felt it. And then you felt something worse, shame, because good people are supposed to be happy for the people they love. This video is about the flicker. We are going to look at where it comes from, why it has nothing to do with how much you love someone, and why a philosopher named Nietzsche understood it better than any self-help book ever will. We will find the 3 situations where comparison hits hardest, and we will land on one sentence that disarms the flicker before it turns into distance. By the end, you will understand why the people you love the most are the ones who trigger this the hardest. And you will know what to do the next time the flicker arrives. Most people think jealousy of a friend means you don't really love them. That is the lie that keeps the wound invisible. The truth is closer to the opposite. You could only feel this about someone whose life measures yours. The flicker. You will never admit. Here is what the flicker actually feels like. Not rage, not bitterness, something faster. A micro contraction in the chest. The smile that arrives half a second too late. The congratulations that sounds right but feels wrong in your own mouth. You notice it and immediately bury it, because the feeling doesn't match the story you tell about yourself. You are supportive. You are generous. You are the friend who shows up, and you are. That is the part that makes this so confusing. The love is real, and the flicker is also real. Both exist in the same moment, in the same body, about the same person. You don't tell anyone about the flicker, not because you're hiding it, because you genuinely don't know what it means. All you know is that a person you love did something wonderful, and for one moment, you wish they hadn't. And that moment made you feel like a fraud. The psychologist Abraham Tesser studied this for decades. He called it the self-evaluation maintenance model. The name is clinical. The finding is not. He discovered that the closer someone is to you, and the more relevant their achievement is to your own identity, the more threatening their success feels. Not because you begrudge them, because their success becomes a mirror. And the mirror shows you the distance between where you are and where you wanted to be. A stranger's success doesn't trigger the flicker. A distant acquaintance's promotion doesn't sting. It is specifically the people closest to you, walking the same path, in the same field, at the same stage of life, whose wins land like quiet verdicts on your own progress. B. Simone and Shekinah were walking the same path. That is why the jealousy went both directions. B. Simone was jealous of an opportunity she couldn't control. Shekinah was jealous of a life she couldn't access. Neither was wrong. Neither was cruel. They were two people standing close enough to each other that every change in altitude registered. the mirror you did not ask for. This is where Friedrich Nietzsche becomes essential. Nietzsche was a philosopher who spent his life studying what people do with pain they cannot express. His word for this was ressentiment, not resentment, something deeper, something structural. Ressentiment, Nietzsche argued, is the resentment that forms when you feel powerless to change your position. It is not anger at what someone did to you. It is the slow corrosion that happens when someone's existence reminds you of what you haven't done for yourself. Your friend did not take anything from you. Their promotion did not remove your chance. Their engagement did not diminish your worth. But your nervous system does not process it that way. Your nervous system processes their success as relative information. And relative information always answers the same question: where do I stand? That question is not conscious. You did not choose to ask it. It fires automatically, the same way your hand reaches for a railing when you stumble. Comparison is not a character flaw. It is a survival mechanism. Your brain evolved to track your position in the group because, for most of human history, your position in the group determined whether you lived or died. Leon Festinger, the psychologist who first described social comparison theory in 1954, found something counterintuitive. People do not compare themselves to everyone. They compare themselves almost exclusively to people who are similar. Same age, same field, same starting point. The closer the match, the sharper the comparison. This is why your childhood friend's success cuts deeper than a celebrity's. The celebrity is too far away to measure against. Your friend is close enough to be you, and the fact that they are you but further ahead is what creates the flicker. Nietzsche warned about what happens when resentment goes unnamed. It does not disappear, it ferments. It becomes judgment, withdrawal, quiet sabotage. Not because the person is bad, because the pain had no exit. You did not hate your friend, you hated the mirror. And because you couldn't say that, the feeling found other doors. Why it hits hardest with the people you love most. Here is the part that makes this pattern so cruel. The flicker does not fire at enemies, it fires at the people you love most. And the reason is structural, not moral. The people you love are the people you identify with. Same values, same dreams, same starting line. When a stranger succeeds, your brain files it as irrelevant data. When your best friend succeeds, your brain files it as a status update on your own life. Their win becomes your benchmark, their timeline becomes your timeline, and their progress becomes the ruler you measure yourself against. This is why the flicker arrives with shame attached. Because you know this person deserves their success. You know you love them. And the fact that love and comparison can live in the same moment feels like a contradiction. It is not a contradiction, it is the design. Love creates proximity. Proximity creates comparison. Comparison creates the flicker. The flicker is the cost of closeness. You did not choose this. No one sat you down and said, from now on, every time someone close to you wins, you will feel a small private failure. It was installed by evolution. Your ancestors survived by tracking their position relative to the people around them. The ones who didn't track fell behind. And falling behind meant isolation, and isolation meant death. The alarm system that fires when your friend succeeds is the same alarm system that once kept you in the tribe. It is not malice. It is ancient loyalty to your own survival. But it fires in a world that no longer matches its design. Your friend's promotion does not threaten your survival. Your sibling's happiness does not reduce yours. Your colleague's breakthrough does not close your door. The alarm doesn't know that. It only knows the gap. Brené Brown, whose research on shame has shaped how we understand hidden emotions, wrote something that belongs here. Comparison is the thief of joy. But she could have added a second line. It steals the most from the people standing closest to you. The 3 triggers. There are 3 specific situations where the flicker hits hardest. 3 triggers. Once you know them, you will recognize the pattern every time it fires. Trigger 1, the shared dream. You and a friend both wanted the same thing. The same career, the same kind of relationship, the same life. One of you got it first. The flicker does not fire because they got it. It fires because they got it, and you haven't yet. The gap between your timelines becomes a verdict on your effort, your talent, your worth. It is not, but it feels like one. Trigger 2. The public announcement. Private success is manageable. Public success is harder. When your friend shares the news on social media, at dinner, in the group chat, the flicker doesn't just fire once. It fires every time someone else congratulates them. Every like, every comment, every reaction becomes another measurement, not of their worth, of yours. Trigger 3. The effortless win. This is the cruelest trigger. When someone you love succeeds at something they barely tried at while you have been grinding at the same thing for years, the flicker doesn't just say they are ahead. It says the race was never fair, and it was never about effort. That is the thought that turns the flicker into something heavier. Because the story you told yourself, that hard work equals results, just lost its proof. All 3 triggers share the same architecture. Someone close to you moved, and their movement made your stillness visible. Not to them, to you. The triggers are not the problem. The silence around them is. Because when the flicker arrives and you say nothing, not to yourself, not to anyone, it doesn't dissolve. It finds other outlets. The sentence that disarms the flicker. Here is what to do. 1 sentence. It works in the moment the flicker arrives. I am proud of you, and I want this for myself too. That sentence does something the flicker cannot survive. It names both feelings without choosing between them. The pride is real, the wanting is real, and neither one cancels the other. Most people try to kill the flicker by forcing themselves to feel only the pride. Be happy for them. Stop being jealous. Don't be that person. That approach fails every time, because you are fighting a survival mechanism with a moral instruction, and survival mechanisms do not respond to moral instructions. They respond to being named. When you say to yourself, that is comparison, not truth, you separate the signal from the story. The signal is evolutionary, automatic, not your fault. The story, that their success means your failure, is optional, and the moment you see it as a story rather than a fact, it loses its authority. Here is a second practice, harder, more important. The next time a friend shares good news and the flicker fires, tell them about the flicker, not in the moment, later, privately. Say, I was so happy for you, and I also felt a pang of jealousy, and I wanted you to know because I would rather be honest than distant. That is what Shekinah asked Simone for. I'm okay if you feel a little jealous. Say it. Address it. The friendship did not break because the jealousy existed. It broke because the jealousy went unnamed. Naming it was the repair. Naming it is always the repair. The flicker will not stop firing. You cannot uninstall a survival mechanism, but you can change your relationship to it. You can let it arrive without obeying it. You can feel the comparison without believing the story it tells. And you can say the sentence, I am proud of you, and I want this for myself too. What the flicker was always telling you. Here is the reframe that changes everything. The flicker is not evidence that you are a bad friend. The flicker is evidence that you have a dream you haven't fully admitted to yourself yet. Every time someone's success triggers comparison, your nervous system is handing you a map. The map says, this is what you want, not their specific life, not their exact achievement, the feeling underneath it, the thing their success represents to you. The jealousy you felt toward your friend's promotion was not about their title. It was about the recognition you are starving for. The envy you felt at your sibling's wedding was not about their partner. It was about the kind of love you've been quietly longing for. The flicker points. It always points. The question is whether you follow it toward yourself or let it push you away from the people you love. Nietzsche understood this. He wrote that the person who has a why can bear almost any how. The flicker is not the problem. The unlived why underneath it is, your friend did not take your dream. Your friend illuminated it. And the pain you felt was the pain of seeing clearly what you want and not yet having it. You are not a bad person for feeling the flicker. You are a person who wants something they haven't given themselves permission to chase. The flicker is the permission slip. Read it. B. Simone sat across from her best friend and said the thing. Shekinah said, I'm okay with it. Say it. That exchange did not damage the friendship, it rebuilt it. Because the most dangerous thing you can do with the flicker is pretend it doesn't exist. Pretending turns jealousy into distance. Distance turns into silence, and silence is where friendships go to die. The next time someone you love shares good news and the flicker fires, do 3 things. First, say congratulations and mean it. The love is real. Let it lead. Second, name the flicker silently. That is comparison, not truth. Third, ask yourself the question underneath. What does their success show me that I want for myself? Then pursue that thing, not against them, alongside them. Their success is not your loss. It is your compass. You do not need less love for the people in your life. You need more honesty about what their lives are showing you about your own. The flicker is not cruelty, it is hunger. Feed it honestly, and it becomes fuel. Bury it, and it becomes the wall between you and every person who ever tried to love you while winning. If this landed somewhere you don't usually let things land, stay. Because next, we're going somewhere deeper, into the psychology of why the people you admire the most are the ones whose flaws you refuse to see, and what that blindness is actually protecting.